Hey, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Joe Diffie. I wrote an article for Country Wave magazine, and I just happened to find the interview cassette, and I thought I'd share it with you. And so I haven't heard this in 25 years, so let's hear what it says. This is my interview with Joe Diffie, June 1994.
What do you like to talk about?
Hey, anything you want to talk about. Don't matter to me.
How do you like to unwind? Stuff like that.
Golf. I like to think an avid golfer. I'm a hacker, actually. But I did break 80 the other day for the first time.
Thank you. 80?
Yeah.
And who were you playing with?
I was playing with my manager and a fellow, my lawyer, actually, so got verification there.
So, rumor has it that you're like the practical joker around town.
No, I don't know where that came from. I mean, I like to tell jokes and stuff. I really don't pull pranks or nothing on anybody. You know, I mean, physical pranks. And I tell a lot of jokes and stuff. I get a kick out of doing that. So, in fact, the other night I got to sit around with. We were doing this tribute to the Ryman Auditorium, and they had a TV thing going there, and so I was singing an Ernest Tubb song. But in the meantime, at the dressing room, I was hanging around Carl Perkins and Sam Moore of Sam and Dave, and Don Helms and Jerry Rivers used to be the original Drifting Cowboys band, you know, with Hank Williams. And those guys, I never heard so many people telling jokes in my life. They went on and on for hours. It was a great time.
So, golf is a big thing for you.
Yeah.
How do you like to get away? How do you leave work behind?
Well, you know, I don't like to travel when because that's all I do anyway. So I like to come home and sit down and rest and watch TV and cook out, you know, grill out and just play basketball a little bit in the backyard, you know, just basically just do nothing. Yeah, that's how I like to relax.
And your record career has really snowballed. Compare when you first started to where you are now.
Oh man, when I first started, we had one song out, you know, and so you waited to the end of the show to play that song so they wouldn't fold up all their lawn chairs and leave. And now, you know, I have the luxury of having several hits, and you can build a whole show around them, you know, and not only that, I mean, there's a lot of differences. You know, when I first started, I you know, had absolutely no cash, no nothing, you know. I mean, I was borrowing money right, and I still borrow money right and left from banks to buy buses and stuff. But now the cash flow's a little better. That's very nice. Recognition is totally different now. You know, when I used to go out, I remember it's so funny when, in fact, I saw a new artist recently. I was behind him in an airplane, and it just reminded me of myself so much. It was so fun because he was like telling people, "I'm a singer," you know. I sing, and he's like singing to him and stuff. And I remember I used to do that too, get so excited about it. And now it's like I don't want nobody to know who I am, so I don't have to sing to him on the airplane. So,
but that's getting less and less, though. I mean, there are fewer places where you can go where you aren't.
Oh yeah, that's the truth. You know, and it's both a blessing and a curse. You know, it really is. Just if you want to speak candidly about it, it's great at times. You know, but I tell you, the only time that signing autographs is really a little bit worrisome to me is when I'm trying to eat with my family at a restaurant, you know, but I usually, folks are really nice about it. If they ask for, I say, you know, if you wouldn't mind, if we could wait till after I get done eating, I'll be glad to sign all autographs you want. And they're usually like, okay, cool, you know, so that's real nice.
Yeah. How do you find the fans, for the most part?
Great. I mean, sincerely, they're good folks, and they.
You don't find them camping out in your front yard?
No. They're most of them are just wonderful. They really are. It's in fact, I was telling somebody a while ago. I really have been enjoying Fanfare this year. I made sure I didn't book myself so heavily this year that I was so worn out that I couldn't enjoy talking to the people, you know. And I've go out to the booth, and I really enjoyed it. It's real rejuvenating, and you get kind of caught up sometimes in the lose sight of what you're here for, you know, which is the music and the fans, and that's basically what it boils down to. If you don't have those two, you don't have a career. So, but you lose sight of that on the road sometimes, man. You're out there and you're beating it, and you're going from one town to the next, and you're trying to do this and do an interview here and run and do this and keep up with all this stuff. and you kind of lose sight of it sometimes. So it's a good feeling to go in and talk to them and get their opinions on your music and hear them tell them they appreciate you and they like your music and stuff. It really recharges your batteries.
What was there a turning point? One song, one particular song that changed it all?
Yeah, it's been recently. You know, it was John Deere Green has been my biggest song, and it's like just kind of raised my career up to a whole new level, and got a lot more notoriety, and it really seemed to change things around. Got a whole younger audience all of a sudden come to my shows.
And I'm trying to ask people, the high achievers like yourself, what's most important to you? How do you define success?
That's a very good question, and not an easy one to answer. I think, you know, I've learned recently, and I think that you almost have to learn this. You have to go through it to learn it. But I've learned that having money and having material possessions and stuff is great. I mean, it's fun and it's nice, you know. But you know, you can have all that stuff and still be the most miserable human around, you know, and just don't give a crap about nothing. And so I think the true measures of success personally for me is being at peace with myself and being happy with the relationships I have around me and just, you know, enjoying that and having somebody to share your experiences with. That's the other stuff doesn't mean anything if you can't share it with somebody.
How'd you finish this sentence? One thing I've learned about life is.
There's no free rides, man. You know, and there's consequences to everything you do. So you need to watch what you do. You know?
Cool. That's all I need.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, let me just get one photo,
Okay.
just to prove that you were here. Oh, that didn't go. Sorry.
Still didn't go.
Oh,
It's one of them foreign cameras.
it is too. Oh, there we go. All right. Beautiful. Thanks, Joe.
I appreciate it, man.
Take care.
Good question.
Well, that was my interview with Joe Diffie, June 1994 at Fanfare in Nashville. And after him, it was a band called Cimarron, then S. Allen Taylor, William Lee Golden, David Lee, Darren Northwood, Lisa Stewart. Then the next day was Leroy Parnell, Bob Woodruff, David Ball, and Victoria Shaw. So anyway, that was an interesting little few minutes with Joe Diffie. And what I did learn about that, a couple of things when I was interviewing, is to keep recording, because as we walked out of our little vestibule, he turned to me and he said, "Hey, thanks for asking interesting questions. You made me think. I appreciate that." I said, "Damn, I wish I got that on tape, but I didn't." So anyway, that's all I wanted to share. Anyway, that's my experience with Joe Diffie. Thanks for listening.